After 9 years, 9 seasons, the adventures of Grant Gustin Scarlet Speedster will be coming to an end in 2023. The Flash showrunner Eric Wallace confirmed this news yesterday, Monday. That will be that yes, as Eric put it himself, Barry Allen has reached the starting gate for his last race. Yeah, I'm Andrew Ballard from Whatculture, and here's why the Flash is coming to an end. Now, this news, it comes a little bit out of left field. I mean, some people were kind of have been weighing up for a few years that maybe, well, it's a case of how long can the Flash realistically go for? I mean, we know that Barry Allen can run all day, all night, and through literal time and space, but how long can the TV series go on for? Of course, Arrow, the series that kickstarted the whole shared universe of the Arrowverse, that had 8 seasons. So that means with the 9th season now for The Flash, that will eclipse Arrow as being the longest running show of this shared realm. But when I mean, you read between the lines on this, you see the interviews that have come out, you see the stories that have come out. Eric Wallace actually did an interview recently with TV Line where he said that originally the plan was to bring things to an end at the end of season 8. Season 8, when they were putting the final episode together, the season finale, it was with the intent of that being a series finale, and that was going to be it for the Scarlet Speedster, for the Sultan of Speed, and Barry Allen was going to speed off into the distance. There was plans made for a proper goodbye to every key member of Team Flash, every key character. They were all going to get proper closure on their own particular stories, their own particular arcs, and by all accounts and purposes, it sounded like it was going to be one of those, you know, the happy, smiley, good ends to a show, unlike what we got with Batwoman and with Legends of Tomorrow, 2 shows, Arrowverse series, that were just criminally axed without the ability to wrap their story threads up. It was just a case of, right, Batwoman season 3's done. Yeah, no, we're not going to do a season 4. And then also with Legends of Tomorrow, we've done 7 seasons. Oh, we didn't think to tell you we might wrap this up after this. So yeah, that's done now anyway. Tough. So at least with The Flash now, they will get the chance to wrap things up properly, even if it is a season that some of the people behind the scenes of the show didn't necessarily think they'd be getting in the first place. Now, this all came about the 9th season because Grant Gustin got offered to come back for a 9th season. And of course, he signed a contract. That came out, that news, at the beginning of the year, January to be precise. And then now we know that this 9th season will indeed be the final season. But you're looking at me and you're going, well, where's the why? Why is this happening? Well, there are a couple of reasons, really. I mean, 9 years, 9 seasons of a TV series that's a hell of a run. That's a great run. No pun intended with all the running in Barry Allen. Also, 9 seasons of a genre television series. That's a great run. I mean, it's not a supernatural run, but it's up there. It's very much up there. And also, you've got to think, this is a series that managed to survive the pandemic, a pandemic that saw so many shows, so many CW shows cancelled due to the production delays, the rising costs. So The Flash has rode all of that storm to still be here, but every show has a shelf life. And when you look at what's happened with the series so far, I mean, the characters we've seen, the story arcs we've seen, where's next? Where can you go? I mean, you've had Reverse Flash has been everywhere. You've had Zoom, you've had Avatar, you've had Clifford DeVoe, the Thinker, you've had Cicada, you've had Bloodwork, Godspeed, Deathstorm we've recently had. You brought in characters like Excess, like Bart Allen, like Wally West, wherever Wally West is these days, who knows? But you've touched on so many points. There's Flashpoint, there's been Reverse Flashpoint, there's been Crisis, the Anti-Monitor's here. Barry's seen the future, his powers have constantly amped up and increased. We've seen his outfit change a little bit. It started with a flash ring, now he's got the boots. It's great, but where realistically can you take the series now after 9 years of doing this? And also, in terms of other reasons why, a big one seems to be the merger from, I think it was April it went through, between, we had Discovery and we had Warner Media, which now is Warner Brothers Discovery, is the joint name. And as part of that merger, a lot of content, non-scripted content, scripted content is on the way out, basically, especially when it comes to CW properties. Now this, I've got the fella's name here, the CEO, David Zaslav, who is on a mission, by all accounts, looking into this, to script back certain scripted TV projects, especially genre shows. And so The Flash has kind of come under that jurisdiction as well. And then there's, I mean, the costs of making this show, especially because the CW at one point in time were developing shows that they'd be tied to Netflix. There'd be a contract with Netflix. That deal is no longer in place. So obviously that means the CW has any costs that come, it's all on them. And so, as such, series such as The Flash have just been mounting costs, piling debts up, and financially, it just is at a point where it's just not realistically viable anymore. Especially when you've done this will be the ninth season. That's a great run, and with a series like The Flash, because just based upon the title character, his powers, the other characters in this world, the fact I've talked about time travel, traveling through space, but everything that the other worlds, alternative worlds, the different array of characters that come into it. It's a very, very effects driven show, and it's great. It's love it. I love the Flash, hence why I've been roped in to present this video. In case you're wondering why I'm here, and over at Whatculture Wrestling, and it's costly. It's not like it's Arrow where it's all a bit more stripped back and it's gritty and it's darker and it's more street level, or like say Daredevil when that was on Netflix, where again it's all, you don't need massive CGI special effects set pieces. And also on the other side of that is that when you've got all the big budget superhero movies, obviously the superhero movie boom that we're currently in the middle of, we've been in for years now, and everything there normally looks good. I know there's been a few ropey CGI moments lately. Thor Love and Thunder got a particularly bad rep for that, I think. But when you look at how great most of those big screen outings look, and obviously TV doesn't have that budget, and the CW doesn't have that budget, and so yeah, the Flash hasn't always looked the greatest, but you take it's all part of the package. It's all part of the charm. Is that, yeah, okay, the CGI doesn't always look amazing, especially with some of the running looks a bit ropey, but hey, it's like I said, it's part of the charm. It's part of the why we love the Flash. But it also seems to be the effects that the show does have to pay out. That clearly is always going to be a factor in, do we want to renew this for another season? Well, it is quite, it's not the most cost efficient of series, not the most cost effective. And there's, like I said, the changing of the guard where the CW in particular now seems to be driven to be more away from scripted television. So I believe that might be some reasons why The Flash has just been announced to be cancelled. But like I said earlier, at least now, because we know this news, that the show gets to go off on a high. It's going to be a shorter season. It's going to be a 13-episode season. Now, this past season, season 8, was, I think that's 20 episodes. Before that, the pandemic kind of messed with 6 and 7, so they were, 17, 18 episodes? But before that, it was 23 episodes a pop. This is going to be a shorter run of 13 episodes of The Flash. It's going to wrap up the story nicely. And we see where we go from here, because I've talked about all the stories and character beats that have been addressed so far in the series. And so, okay, where do you go from there? You've done so much. There's enough there for another season, which will be season 9. And then it just feels like it's time. Everything has a shelf life. Everything, there are always going to be people who will watch these shows for as long as they go on, no matter how the quality goes up or goes down. Now, The Flash could carry on for another 8 years and get really bad for 7 of those years, but people will religiously tune in. That's fandom. That's what we do, whether it's films, whether it's TV, whether it's film franchises, TV shows, whether it's pro wrestling, I talked about that, comic books, whatever. If you're a fan of something, you end up going back to it as habit. So, I mean, there would always be a audience for The Flash, but now it seems time that there's, like I said, the Warner Media and the Discovery merger, that's there. There's the financials of it. There's the debt that the CW have been mounting up, and it's gone through a lot. It's survived a lot. We've seen that character just continue on and progress, and just grow. To see the Flash and Team Flash and a Flash family and other speedsters come in. It's been a good ride, and we'll always have those episodes to go back to. That's what people have to remember with this stuff. You one day in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, you're thinking, man, I really miss the Flash. Go back and put on your favorite episodes. Go back and put on your favorite story arcs, your favorite seasons. It's always there to revisit. I've done it with Arrow already. Arrow season 2, oof, peak TV. That I've gone back and rewatched that several times. The CW will the Arrowverse, will kind of carry on, because, I mean, Superman and Lois is around, but the connection there isn't quite what we all thought. And it's not been announced when a 3rd season will premiere. I guess there's Stargirl as well, which isn't an Arrowverse show, but it's a CW superhero show. And then we've got Gotham Knights on the horizon for next year, which we'll wait and see on that one. I'm not sold, is what I'm going to say. But hey, let's wrap this up. This has been why The Flash has been cancelled. Be sure to come and follow us at Whatculture. Be sure to follow us at Whatculture Comics. Be sure to follow me if you fancy at Cultured Left Peg on the Twitter. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, follow. comment, all of that good stuff on this. And let's all take a moment to reflect on how great The Flash was when it was really great. I've been Andrew Pollard. I'll catch you next time. You take care.